Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Amy Mosco, co-founder of Intentional Healing Systems and developer of the Divine Purpose Alignment Technique. So if you're here watching this video, this is session 2. If you have not watched session 1 yet, watch that first because it's going to give you the explanation for everything that we're doing here. I don't want to re-explain each time I shoot these videos. So start with 1. And that's really the foundational element of this whole system anyway, is what I deliver in session 1. So watch session 1 first if you haven't seen it already, and then come back to this video. Okay, so let's jump right in. First, I'm going to share all of the materials, the supporting materials, to the screen. Now, once again, this is a PDF that I've created to support the activations associated with this technique and what we do here today. So if you would like a copy of this PDF, you can email me at Amy, AIMEE, at ihsunity.com and just ask for session 2 materials and I will send you the PDF. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, you can just screenshot. I'll leave things up on the screen long enough so you can screenshot it from the video, okay? All right, here we go. Bear with me while I share to the screen the materials. Okay, and just like in session 1, we'll go through everything so you understand how all of these materials work and how they will benefit you. I'm not going to rehash what I shared in session 1, but we'll just go through all of these materials, okay? And then we'll do the activation together. Okay, here we go. Session 2, and this session is really about connecting with your divine power, owning your divine power. Okay, whereas session number 1 was about setting your sacred space, setting your creative sacred space so you could use your divine power. This session is specifically about owning your power. Okay. Okay. This is a document that you've seen before. And if you just take a moment to read it or screenshot it and read it later, if you don't know my work, this just explains a little bit about what it's used for and what it is not used for. Okay. Okay. And just like in session 1, I've included an article in the PDF to hopefully give you some insight on what this owning your creative power is all about. Okay, once again, you can screenshot this or go to Coachella Valley Weekly's website and you will find all of my articles. As of this recording, there are 164 articles posted in my column. So, and you can find any one of them by looking me up or looking for the title of the article. Okay, so owning your creative power. This is part 2 of that article. So go ahead and screenshot. All right, so testimony of power. I'm going to come back to this, but I just want to explain a little bit about what this is. This helps you to lead yourself down a path to remember that you are divinely powerful. Okay, these are commands, invocations, affirmations that you say to yourself in your own voice to help remind you that you are a divinely powerful being. Okay, but we're going to come back to it. Okay, so this is the basis for the second activation, the building blocks of manifestation. So probably most of you are familiar with the universal law of attraction at this point. It's almost become mainstream and a common term. Well, that's only one of the building blocks of manifestation. Okay, it's actually not the first building block either. But we'll talk a little bit about the universal laws in a moment, but I'm going to outline the steps here for you. Okay, so the steps of manifestation, and this is something that you do whether you realize that you do it or not, but when you do it with intention and awareness, it usually works out better. Okay, so this is building or creating manifestation from a very intentional place. Okay, so that first step is you set a goal. You decide what it is that you want to create. And then the second step is you make an agreement to meet that goal. Okay, you have to be invested to actually make that goal come to fruition. You have to make an agreement with yourself. Okay, or maybe you don't have to, but it works out better when you do. And then the third step is set an intention. Here's where the universal law of attraction comes in. When you set an intention, you are sending out a request to the universe. Okay, you are inviting the universe to deliver to you energies that will help you meet your goal. Okay, number 4, create a statement of affirmation. So this correlates with the universal law of belief. Okay, once you set your goal, you've made an agreement to do whatever you can to meet that goal. Okay, you've set an intention, you've called upon the universal law of attraction. Now you're going to create a statement of affirmation to circulate or build a belief that that is actually going to happen. Okay, these are your I am statements. Okay, like your I am statements build that belief that something is actually happening. Okay, number 5, craft a visualization. Now, this speaks to the law of conscious creation. Okay, a visualization is like a blueprint for something to come into form. Okay, you could state an intention and then craft a statement of affirmation that you use as your mantra. But if you don't have a clear visualization in your mind of what that looks like, then that may or may not be what you create. Okay, that may or may not be the blueprint from which this creation is manifest. Okay, number 6, you're going to fuel the manifestation with energy. And ideally, you're going to fuel that manifestation with energies that you associate with positive things, okay, or favorable things such as joy and love. These are the most potent creative fuels. So you're going to want to intentionally fuel your creation with these favorable energies, okay? And then number 7, take action by applying your talents. Okay, remembering that you are a creative being, you're a divinely creative being, and then take action. Okay, so let's just walk through the process here. Your suggested considerations for each step. Okay, so say you want to improve your life. That becomes your goal. Number 1, you set your goal. I'm choosing to improve my life. Second step, okay, I agree to improve my life. You make a commitment or an agreement to yourself to actually do that. Number 3, this is your statement of intention. I choose to improve my life. That is what I am going to make happen. Number 4, I am improving my life. Okay, your statement of affirmation. And this is like your mantra. This is what you want to tell yourself every single day. I am improving my life. I am improving my life. You are building that belief that you are actually improving your life. Okay, opening a trajectory in front of you to actually improve your life. Then number 5, see your life in your mind's eye as it will look when it's what you consider to be improved. Okay, see yourself happy. See yourself living in a different place or with a different job or, with new people in your life. See it in your mind's eye as your blueprint. Okay. And number 6, evoke the energy of love and joy to be your energetic fuel. Sometimes this is easier said than done, but there are a couple of hacks you can use. First of all, think about if you have a pet that you love, or you have some children in your life that you just adore, or a place that really brings joy to you. Think about these things. Even reference pictures on your phone, okay? And when you're looking at this pet or this place, a picture of this place or a child that means everything to you, feel the feelings that go along with that. Okay, and have the intent to capture those feelings and use them as fuel to bring your manifestation to fruition. Okay, and then lastly, take action to improve your life. Okay, maybe go out on a limb and go on that job interview, or maybe go out on a limb and change houses, or invite some new people into your life. Like, actually take some action. Okay, so that's the process. That's That's the basic step-by-step process of intentionally building a manifestation. Okay, so you've seen this document before in session 1, 7 layers of self. And it's really important to get to know these layers of yourself, okay? And know which layers of yourself bring strength to whatever manifestation it is you're looking to build. And then also be able to identify where you need some fortification with respect to actually creating a new event in your life or building that manifestation. Okay, so we went over this in session 1. If you need a recap, you can watch that video again. But we're going to reference these in our exercises that show up in the materials here. Okay, so if you need to screenshot that, you probably already have, but if you need to screenshot it, go ahead. Okay, and then this is a recap also. These are the affirmations to support the highest divine function of each layer of yourself. Okay, and again, the divination cards, which I explained in the last session, how you would use these if you choose to use them. Okay, here's the explanation. Go ahead and screenshot if you need to, if you missed that the first time or you need a recap. Okay, so let's go through the exercise for session 2. So it's going to start the same way. You're going to find a quiet space and just sit with yourself for a moment. Okay, focus on your breath. And you don't have to do this right now, but I just want to go over each of the steps so it's very clear to you when you go and do this on your own, you know how to do it. Okay. Okay, so step number 2, you're going to focus on your breath. You're going to inhale, filling your lungs completely, then hold. Release your breath slowly. And then when your lungs are empty, you're going to hold and do it again. Okay, do it a few times until you feel really relaxed, really centered and clear. And then you'll state the affirmation, or sorry, the intention. I choose to bring the essence of my inner spirit into my breath. Okay, really merge with your inner spirit. Let your inner spirit guide you through this process, okay? And number 4, so you'll continue to breathe with focus and intention and visualize that golden energy of your inner spirit filling your lungs as you inhale, okay? Really work that inner spirit element into your visualization. And then number 5, you'll focus on your heartbeat. Use your breath to slow your heartbeat so you're completely relaxed. And then 6, see that golden energy of your inner spirit circulating through your bloodstream. Okay, send it through your physical being, all parts of you. You want all parts of you to be touched by this golden energy of your inner spirit. And number 7, imagine that it's illuminating you from the inside out. Number 8, extend an invitation to your body systems to sync with one another and the rhythm of your inner spirit. Okay, this is really important. This is like grounding your inner spirit into your physical body. Okay, in your invocation, I invoke my body systems to sync with the essence of my inner spirit. Okay, so number 9, you're going to reference that testimony of power that I flashed to the screen. Okay, I'm not going to read it to you right now. I'm gonna share that with you when we do the activation together. But you have that if you screenshot that. In fact, let me just back up so you can screenshot it if you didn't, because this is different from the first session. Okay, so go ahead and take a picture of that. Or if you receive the PDF from me, it will be in those documents or in that document that you receive. Okay, testimony of power. And like I said, we'll come back to that during the activation. Okay, so 9, reference the testimony of power. If it feels right to read it to yourself out loud, if you've already done that, if you're doing this exercise multiple times for multiple different things, you don't necessarily need to read that testimony of power every single time, but I would suggest reading it once out loud in your own voice. Okay, so that becomes a part of you. Okay, and let the energy of the words permeate all of your cells. Number 10, command your subconscious mind to reactivate the energy of the words for you at the beginning of each day. Okay, this is something that will never hurt you if you reactivate the energy of it. It will only help you. So you can state an affirmation such as, I'm reactivating the energy of the testimony of power in my energy field each day, and it's done. Okay. Number 11. So you're going to reference that document I showed you with all the steps, the building blocks of manifestation activation. Okay, each time, and I would suggest each time you want to create something new in your life, you use this model. Okay. So you'll spend some time thinking about what you want to create, and then you're going to do the exercise. Okay. And use high vibrating language as this becomes your blueprint for your chosen creation. Okay. And then in that document, you're going to repeat line items 4, 5, and 6. You're going to repeat those instructions as a daily reinforcement exercise. Let me just back up here. Okay. So you're using this worksheet. When you want to access the building blocks of manifestation, you're going to use that worksheet. You're going to become very present, and then you're going to access these steps. You're going to activate these steps to begin building intentionally a manifestation or a new outcome. Okay, so 4, 5, and 6. 4 is your affirmation or your mantra. Okay, that's building belief in your energy field and in your mind that this manifestation is actually going to come to fruition. Okay, I'm improving my life. Number 5 is your visualization. Okay, this is your blueprint for setting that trajectory for actually manifesting in the way you want to manifest. Okay, your vision for manifestation. And number 6 is evoke the energy of love. Okay, once again, you can pull up that picture on your phone screen and feel the feelings that go with it. Okay, and then direct those feelings to your manifestation. Okay, so that's number 12. Repeat lines 4, 5, and 6 as daily reinforcement exercise. And then continue doing the exercise until you feel the energy is rooted within you. Okay, and that is going to be different for everyone and probably also every manifestation. Sometimes you're going to need to repeat those line items 4, 5, and 6 for a month. Okay, but maybe sometimes it'll just be a week. You'll know, and let your higher wisdom tell you. Okay. All right. So lastly, number 13, use your line 4 as your mantra. This is going to be your I am statement. Okay. Now I gave you a sample here in the activation sheet, right? The sample was improving my life, but what you're going to do is you're going to create these agreement, intention, and affirmation statements according to what it is that you want to create. Okay, so your goal, number 1, may not be to improve your life. It may be something different. And you want to make sure that the statements you make for 2, 3, and 4 are going to align with that goal. Okay, so you're using this document, this activation in coordination with this worksheet that we just did. Every time you want to create something new, or you have an intentional outcome that you're looking to create, you're going to use this worksheet with that document I just showed you with the activation. Okay. All right. So then we have the self-development worksheet, and this is more of a self-evaluation. Okay. When you've decided that you're going to create something and you've gone through the process, but maybe it's not happening. Maybe that creation is not, you're not seeing that creation starting to form. This is when you go back to brass tacks and conduct a self-evaluation. Okay, you're going to use those divination cards if you choose. Okay, and you can review the instructions. You probably have screenshot, or if you get the PDF, it'll give you a recap on using those symbol cards. But if you choose to use them as a divination tool, you're going to use them in this process. Okay, so you're going to review your own building blocks of manifestation blueprint. Okay, what's your goal? What's your agreement? What's your intention, your affirmation, your visualization? You're going to review all of that. And then number 4, you're going to shuffle the cards to discern which element of this process, which of those 7 steps do you need to really look at and explore more deeply? Maybe spend some more time on. Okay, the cards are going to tell you, just pick one card and it'll tell you whether it's step 1, 4, or 7, and then review what that step is all about. Okay, you'll see number 5. All of those steps are outlined for you. So if say you pick number 2, then you're gonna focus on the agreement, okay, and your willingness to commit yourself to this goal. Are you willing to commit yourself to this goal? Like really deeply willing to commit yourself to this goal. Why or why not? Okay, go and look at that. Go inward, focus your attention inward and look at that. Okay, and same goes for all of the other steps. Whichever step you have identified as, needing to explore more deeply, then do it. Okay, really, really honor yourself and go deep with it. Okay, number 6. Once you've done that, you're going to identify using those cards which layers of yourself support your blueprint, which are strong, and which layers need fortification. Okay, so 6A, you're going to use your divination cards to tell you how many layers of yourself support your blueprint. Okay, and say you get 2. Say you pull the card 2. So you know there are 2 layers that are supporting you right now. Then you're going to shuffle the cards again to identify which of those 2 layers they are. Okay, and let me just, let me go backwards. So we have 7 layers of self. So say you pull 2 cards, you pull the survivor self and the emotional self. Okay, these are the 2 layers that are helping you the most right now. Okay, so you want to think about that and think about, okay, how does my emotional layer or my survivor self and my emotional self help me in this process? How can I lean on these parts of myself to really fortify this process or fortify my blueprint? Okay, and then see how many layers of yourself need fortification. Again, you will pull a card to tell you how many layers. Say you pull 2 again. Then you're going to identify which layers need fortification. Okay, number 7, state the corresponding affirmations from the Supporting the 7 Layers of Self documents. A, to lean on your strengths. Okay, so you identified survivor self and emotional self, so you will state the affirmations that go with those. Okay, I am easily able to overcome, adapt, and prevail. I embrace my inner self with an open heart. Okay, and let those affirmations bring fortification to this blueprint. Okay, and then to fortify your weaknesses, you're going to also state the affirmations from the Supporting the 7 Layers of Self document. Okay, you've identified your layers, the layers of self that are kind of sabotaging you in this manifestation process. So now you're going to direct your attention to building those layers up by using these affirmations, okay? Or you can create your own affirmations, but this will give you something to start with. Okay. Number 8, be very intentional with your blueprint. Okay, do a self-check now and then using this worksheet to make adjustments to it. Okay, this will really help you decide, like back in number 5, okay, say, I identified, okay, maybe it was the agreement part that you were having trouble with. So ask yourself these questions. Am I willing to commit myself to this goal? Why or why not? Okay, really important to get to the bottom of what is holding you back. Okay, and this is just one way that you can do it. And periodically, if you're finding that your manifestation is not coming to fruition, or it's not looking like it's going to come to fruition, do the self-evaluation process. Okay, and lastly, close out the exercise with the affirmation number 4 from your blueprint. Whatever affirmation you have come up with as your mantra, that is what you will close this exercise with. Okay, so I explained this in session number 1. I have a tool here that I have encoded. If you're familiar with my work, you know about my crystal laminates. Okay, so this tool is encoded with energies that will support you in this process. And you'll see there's a little prompt here on the bottom of the tool. At the top of the tool, this was from session 1. These are the prompts from session 1. The bottom of the tool, these are the prompts from session 2. If you would like to purchase this tool, you can reach me at my email, Amy, AIMEE, at ihsunity.com. And I'll tell you how to go about purchasing that. Okay, if you feel that you need it. It's not necessary, but if you feel like you need a little extra support with this process, you can purchase this tool for me. Okay, and if you want to screenshot this, if you didn't the first time, this is a little bit about me, my bio, if you want to know more about me or where you could find more information about me. If you receive the PDF from me, these are all hot links. So you can watch these videos and check out these websites and social media. Of course, you can find me on social media. Okay, I'm going to take that down. We're going to do an activation together. Okay. Take a deep breath. Just center yourself. Okay, and again, remembering to use that visualization of bringing your inner spirit on your breath, into you on your breath, or that connection, reigniting that connection. So breathe in, seeing that golden energy come in and circulate through your lungs. Okay, I'm going to share to the screen the images for the activation. This is a short activation this time, but it's pretty powerful. Okay, bear with me again. All right, here we go. Session 2, Testimony of Power. Okay, you saw this already, but I'm going to leave it up here for you to review so you understand what this is for and what it is not for. Okay, so this is a recap of the process, okay, the building blocks of manifestation. We've already gone through this, so I'm not going to rehash. If you would look at that image in the top right, I explained a little bit about these colors in session 1, but I would like to have you focus your attention on these colors that I've outlined here in this color wheel, okay, this 12 core lesson color wheel. Look at the yellow, the orange, and the pink. Okay, these are the colors, the visible light frequencies that support this process. Okay, so what I would like to do with you is I'd like to do an exercise. We'll go through the building blocks of owning your creative power. Okay, really grabbing a hold of it and building that belief and rebuilding that connection with your creative power, your divine creative power, what comes from inside of you. Okay, so the first step, you're going to set your goal. Okay, your bright idea. What's your goal? What is it that you're looking to do? Well, in this case, we're looking to own our creative power, to become one with our creative power. Okay, so our goal here is to own and utilize the highest degree of soul creative power. Okay, then our expression of commitment. Okay, we're planting a seed here in our energy field. All right, number 2, I agree to own and honor my soul creative power. If you're watching this rather than listening to it, read that agreement term to yourself or read it out loud. Okay, read it to yourself or read it out loud. I agree to own and honor my soul creative power. Okay, you're committed now. Number 3, I choose to utilize the highest divine expression of my soul creative power. Okay, here we go. We are calling on the universe to assist us. We've made a commitment and we're calling on the universe to deliver to us frequencies that will assist us in owning our creative power. Okay, building that energy pattern that cements that owning of our creative power. Step number 4. I am a powerful creator. Okay, law of belief, universal law of belief. You're building this belief that you're a powerful creator. Okay, you're watering those seeds that you planted, and you're beginning to build an energy pattern that stays within you, that tells you and demonstrates and helps you utilize your creative power. Okay, say that out loud to yourself. I am a powerful creator. Okay, now here's where I want to read the testimony of power. Okay, step number 4. I want to help you build that belief that you are you are a powerful creator. Okay, so just close your eyes and listen to this. I'm not going to share it to the screen. I'm going to read it to you. You can read it to yourself on your own time, but I'm going to read it to you now. So just sit back, and if it feels right, integrate the energy of my words. I embody the highest expression of pure divine power. I acknowledge that true divine source and the light cast from this source is the highest divine authority. I invoke the light of true divine power to flow through, in, and around me at all times. I know this energy well, as I am a descendant of divine source light. As an offspring of true divine light, I use my natural power in service to divine and greater good. The highest vibrating expression of my higher wisdom presides over my energy field. I choose to merge this embodiment in all parts of my energy field with my higher wisdom. There is no separation between my higher wisdom and my embodied energy field. I claim ownership of my divine power as my birthright. I accept responsibility for taking command of my energy field with guidance and oversight from the higher vibrating aspects of my being. I command any energies that cross my path to reveal their true nature to me. If the energy is reflective of anything but true divine light, I reject and release it fully and completely. I command the energies in and around my energy field, which are misaligned to true divine source, pure divine light, and the highest expressions of divine power, to leave me now and return to their point of origin. I answer my soul calling and higher purpose with the undercurrent of divine power flowing through me. The highest expression of divine power reflects balance. I choose to mirror this power and balance in my energy field and with my thoughts, words, and actions. I recognize myself as an empowered creator with limitless potential. I am applying my creativity with conviction, confidence, and the purest frequencies of divine power, so I am creating at will according to my intentions. And so it is. Okay, so let's state number 4 again. I am a powerful creator. And number 5, see your life in your mind's eye as it will look when you apply your creative power. What does that look like? What do you look like when you apply your creative power? Okay, build that energy pattern. Build that energy pattern in your field and own it. Number 6, evoke the energy of love and joy to be your energetic fuel. Okay, this is what's going to circulate and amplify energy circulating through your energy field to bring that energy pattern of owning your creative power to fruition. This is what's going to make it real for you. Okay, and then the last step, take some action. Okay, take steps to create something new using your creative power. Prove to yourself that you are a creator. Okay, let that tree flower. Let it bear fruit for you. Own your power. Okay, so that was just a little activation there, okay, to own your creative power. And hopefully that felt really good to you. Sometimes it takes a few tries. So, don't be shy. Come back and watch this video again and go through the process again of owning your creative power, because this is kind of fundamental in the process of being a creative, a powerful creator. Okay, so as I explained in session 1, I'm not charging for any of these sessions, any of the recorded ones or any of the live sessions. I'm not charging, but I am asking for donations. If you feel that you got something from this activation and you want to give back to me, please feel free. There's no minimum. Even if you only have a few extra dollars, that's fine. No judgment. And if you are not in a position to donate now, you can do it later. Or if you're not in a position and you just aren't able to do this, then please pass this on. Okay, please pass this activation on and share it. Okay. All right. And once again, if you would either like to purchase the crystal laminate tool, or you would like a copy of the PDF of all the things that I shared to the screen, you can reach me at this email address, okay? Or you can find me on social media, pretty much all social media. I think I might be the only Amy Moscow. Okay, I'm gonna just take this down. All right, well, thank you again for being here for session 2. Be on the lookout for session 3. I'm gonna record that shortly. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me by email. And thank you.